A guten Erev Shabbos. I'm standing in front of the JAA, the Jewish Association on Aging, which is currently housing our Mesivta until the time in the near future, Mirz Hashem, when we'll move into our new building in Greenfield. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the leadership of the JAA for graciously hosting our Bachrim. Now let me take you inside where I will speak with our Mesivta Bachrim. A gute Chodesh, Tyre Bachrim, our dear Bachrim of the Mesivta. It's 10 days away from Yud Shvat, and it's an appropriate time to begin preparing for that very special and holy day. There's a famous question asked by the Ibn Ezra, and that is, why did Hashgacha Pratis bring it to the point that Moshe Rabbeinu was educated in the house, in the home of Parei, one of the greatest anti-Semites in history? Wouldn't it have been more appropriate for Moshe Rabbeinu to grow up in a Jewish community, in a yeshiva? And one of the answers that the Ibn Ezra gives is as follows. Ulai soviv Hashem zeh, sheyigdal Moshe bebeis hamalchus. It's possible that the reason Moshe Rabbeinu was brought up in a home of Malchus, Melucha, is in order that he not grow up as an Eved who's meek and who's timid and has a Golus mentality, but rather he grows up in a palace which transformed Moshe Rabbeinu into an individual with confidence, with determination, and empowered to accomplish great things. This is the Ibn Ezra's explanation. My father, Olav Shalom, would tell the joke. There was a sergeant in the Russian army who had a soldier. His name was Grisha. Wonderful soldier. The only problem was he drank too much, and drinking isn't good. So the sergeant said to Grisha one day, he said, Grisha, if you'd stop drinking, you'd become a sergeant like me. To which Grisha responded, when I drink, I'm a general. So of course we don't drink, but each and every one of us is a general with the capacity and the ability to achieve greatness. This past week is 40 years since I had the tremendous chus to go on shlichus to South Africa. And before I went on shlichus, it was actually 40 years this past Sunday, Chav Vav Teves. We had the chus to have a yechidus with the Rebbe, our kfutza, and some of our parents that were there. And here's what the Rebbe told us. Shetia nisiyaschem keshura v'atzlacha, your trip should be successful. And then he goes on to say like this, you should fulfill everything that we talked about in the Farbrengen. The day before was Chafei Teves, and the Rebbe Farbrenged about the Alter Rebbe. And he says like this, it's your job, lahavi es kol ha'oirei shekol harabeim. It's your job to bring down all of the energy, the spiritual energy of all the Rabbeim, specifically the Bal Hilul of Chav Dalet Teves, l'mata me'asar tfachim. So he charged Bachrim who were 17, 18 years old, maybe a little bit older than the Bachrim in the Mesivta, a little bit younger than the Shluchim. We were young Bachrim, American Bachrim. My grandfather, Olav Shalom, would call us Americana chocolatnikas, Americans who eat chocolate and we eat ice cream. And the Rebbe challenged a group of 10 of us to bring down all the oiris of all the Rebbeim. He empowered young Bachrim to accomplish tremendous things. That's one side of the coin. Another side of the coin, the Rebbe demanded the idea of Kabbalah So. With all our intent to be generals and transform ourselves and transform the world around us, the Rebbe demanded and required of us to have humility and to make sure that we're following the dictates of Torah and Chassidus, and we're listening to that Hola. So Bachrim, as you prepare for Yud Shvat, think about the fact that the Rebbe empowers each and every one of us to accomplish great things. We should be confident, we should be determined, we should feel empowered to accomplish things in our own lives and transform the world around us. At the same time listening and following the dictates of Torah, Chassidus, and following the guidelines of our Anhola. You should prepare well the next 10 days so that when you travel to the Oyel next week for Yud Shvat, it will be a fulfilling and uplifting experience. Have a wonderful Shabbos.